latest numbers updated on the IRS.gov website on your delayed tax returns as well as your amended tax returns. We have letter 105C, we have identity letters, and we have stats on the amount of tax returns that are not processed due to identity verification. Maybe you are in that number if you are still waiting. Welcome back, everyone. So happy to have you back for another update. Let's go ahead and get started. The IRS is still processing tax returns that need to be corrected as well as answering your mail. Now, updated on their website August 28, 2023, the IRS still have 1.41 million unprocessed individual tax returns, and that is 1.3 million of that number require correction. 107,000 are paper returns waiting to be processed, and that number includes 2022 and 2021. That number is a decrease from the last update, in which they reported 1.52 million unprocessed individual tax returns. So some progress is still being made. As for your delayed amended tax returns, the number did decrease this week to 1.04 million unprocessed Forms 1040X. That is a decrease from last week, in which they reported 1.14 million unprocessed Forms 1040X. The time frame for processing amended tax returns is normally 16 to 20 weeks. The IRS is currently taking 20 weeks or longer. You can check the Where is My Amended Return tool on IRS.gov for the status of your amended tax return, and the Where is My Refund tool on the website for your regular tax returns. Now, letter 105C, this particular letter is claim disallowance. The IRS letter 105C or letter 106 is your legal notice that the IRS is not allowing the credit or refund you claim. They are denying your claim for that particular credit. The credit or deductions that were claimed on your return were disallowed, not approved. Your account will be adjusted, possibly resulting in a reduced refund or balance due, or not a refund at all. If you agree with the IRS for those reasons stated in the letter, you don't need to do anything further. If you don't agree and still believe you are entitled to the credit you claim or refund, you should send an explanation of why you believe you are entitled to that credit or refund. For example, you had an extension of time to file your original tax return, along with your documentation providing your position. The IRS will consider your explanation before forwarding your request to an IRS independent Office of Appeals. The time frame is generally 2 years from the date of the letter for you to respond. Now, if you're entitled to a refund, the IRS will send it to you about 6 to 8 weeks from the time the IRS receives your response and adjusts your account. If the adjustment to your account results in a balance due, the IRS will send you a balance due notice, and you should pay the amount you owe by the due date on the notice. If you can't pay the full amount due, pay as much as you can to limit penalties and interest, and you can visit the IRS.gov website for payment options. Now, taxpayers whose tax returns have been flagged for possible identity issues, you should receive one of the following letters. Letter 5071C, potential identity theft during original processing with online option. Letter 4883C, possible identity theft during original processing. And letter 5447C, potential identity theft during original processing foreign address. And letter 5747C, potential identity theft during original processing. If you are not aware, make sure you are checking for these particular notices. These letters provide several ways you can verify and identify yourself in order for the IRS to finish processing your application. If you do not identify yourself, you will not be able to receive your refund. Make sure you check out this particular video on the channel. I will put the link in the description box as well as in the comments on the IRS two-step verification process. There is two parts to verifying your identity in order for the IRS to process your tax return. Also, the Taxpayer Advocate Service states here that in 2022, the IRS suspended processing of 4.8 million tax returns and requested taxpayers authentication in order to finish processing their tax refunds. And out of that 4.8 million, it states here that about 2 million taxpayers responded and verified their identities, and nearly 255,000 were confirmed as identity theft, and over 2.15 million remained suspended as of December 31st, 2022, because the taxpayer's identity still has not been authenticated and verified. So if you're still waiting for your current refund, delayed refund 2021, 2022, 2019, make sure you contact the IRS. Check your mail to see if you receive one of these notices and to see if they are still waiting for identity verification for you. If you're still waiting for your tax refund and think your tax return may be one of the 2.5 million that remains suspended from filing season 2022 because the IRS suspected identity theft, you need to verify your identity. Make sure to check out that video. You can call the IRS as well. You also have the opportunity, as states taxpayers should check to see if they ever receive one of those letters. If the letter cannot be located, you should check your IRS online account. Log into your IRS online account. Check the option notice. They have a notice on your account. Once you log in, to see if you can see the digital letter in terms of the identity verification. You can also, it states here, call the online account, the taxpayer protection line at 1-800-830-5084. If the taxpayer lives outside the U.S., you can call 267-941-1000. As of January 29, 2023, for those taxpayers who receive a letter asking them to authenticate their identity and return information online, they can go to their online account, it states, which will let you know exactly what you need to finish processing your tax return. Also, if the explanation for the suspended tax return is that the IRS is awaiting authentication from you, it states that an account management customer service representative will reissue the letter explaining what steps you need to complete in order to finish that identity verification. Also, you can receive help from the low-income taxpayer clinics. Make sure you contact them. You can find more information on the IRS website, or you can go to the Taxpayer Advocate website listed here. Also, you can get forms at 1-800-829-3676 as well. Make sure to contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service. They can also assist you in verifying your identity, checking the status of your delayed tax returns by calling 1-877-777-4676 4778. You can also contact your state representative by going to house.gov, putting your zip code, and receive the contact information for your state representative. You can also watch any of these two videos here, tips on calling the IRS directly to check the status of your 2023 tax refund. Don't forget to share any comments or help with your fellow taxpayers. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more 2023 tax refund update.